Hello. Welcome to You Don't Need 10. Welcome back if you have been here before. Welcome if you are new. If you are new, my name is Katie Wyman. I am a mom. I write a weekly blog, mostly about my daughter, but a lot of it about mental health. Every week on a Tuesday for 52 weeks in a year, or 52 weeks in a row, there's been a new blog post. So it started the fall of 2021, and then in April of this year, 2024, I started making these audio recordings. So today is August 6th, 2024, a Tuesday, and the blog post for today is called Keep Breathing. Keep breathing. I have been trying to get this post written for 5 or 6 days. It's been running around in my head, but now it's Tuesday morning and my time is up. So here you go. As a parent, I've always struggled with the irrational, the extra drama, the chaos in a situation, and I've never understood the extremes. I've tried to, but I just don't. I, however, was gifted from God a daughter that runs on extremes. All kids do at some point have some extremes, and the only way I've ever been able to really understand their problem was to make them slow down and breathe. Both Paisley and Maverick have struggled with this. Over my parenting career so far and parenting my 3 and the countless foster kids we've had, I have learned that when they are in a chaos state, to stop them and make them breathe before telling me their problem. Hysterically crying and trying to talk doesn't work for me, or screaming mad while trying to talk I also cannot process. So I stop them, I have them breathe in and out, and then we can talk. Sometimes breathing is all that they need to do. Breathing in and out brings calm and peace and clarity to whatever is going on. We can then see the big picture or have the conversation. Our brain just needs some air to function. Dance is back in full swing. We made it through tryouts and Paisley is on the same dance team as last year, Junior Elite. There were a couple girls who moved around, but for the most part, the team has the same girls as last year. Paisley was pleased, so that's all that matters to me. The new season kicked off last week with team practice every day but Friday for 2 hours. This week it's every day but Friday for 4 hours. 2 hours of team and 2 hours of company practices. Last week in the team practices, they began learning what will be their competition dances, the ones that they will travel around with all spring and compete. They will compete the same dances at each competition, and they are learning them now and will practice them until March when it's time to compete them. After they learn their competition dances, they will then work on the show dances. This year is Alice in Wonderland and will be the first weekend in December. Last week they spent pretty much all week on their lyrical dance because their jazz dance will again be choreographed by a guest choreographer that will come in for a weekend in September and spend the whole weekend teaching them their dance. They had the same lady last year choreograph the jazz they competed last season. There are getting to be so many teams and so many routines that some of the choreography has been getting outsourced. Every day last week, I asked Paisley about the practice, asked her how it went, asked her how her team was doing, what the song was called, if she liked the dance, etc. Every day I tried to check in with her and see how it was going. The first couple days seemed to be rough. She seemed to not be excited about it. I did hear in those first couple days that they had a prop in their routine, a newspaper. I wasn't getting much info out of her, but I was trying. One of those first couple nights I made the comment that it was going to be a long season of dance if we continued to have this mood. That of course infuriated her, but I wanted her to hear me. If we are going to keep this dance thing going, then we need to accept whatever the dance is. It is what it is. You joined a team and this is what is getting choreographed for you. You may not like it, but you need to accept it and embrace it now. Or I am right, and it will be a very long season for everyone. She, of course, informed me I have no clue what I'm talking about and I know nothing. Later in the week, I learned a little more, and that the song is called Keep Breathing or something like that, or has the message of keep going. Not entirely sure, and man, March is a long way away, but I'm sure that I will love it. That is basically the mantra for Paisley's entire life so far. Keep breathing, keep going. She had to learn that at a very young age and still has to process that today. Still has to force herself to keep going and keep breathing to see the big picture and have clarity. The newspaper, as I'm sure you can guess, has been an issue and probably why she was irritated the first couple days. At one point in one of the conversations I heard, "I can hardly hold the dang thing." And of course, was a big red flag to what our actual problem was. I did, however, hear by the end of the week that she was starting to like the dance and the routine, and I don't really have to hold it that long. I began to see a shift in mood. I do think that it will be hard and be a challenge, but I have no doubt she will rock it. I just hope, as usual, that she's not too hard on herself. She sets herself up for failure more often than not, tells herself she can't do something, and I hope she can get her mind wrapped around this, and I can do this starts to show through. I've also gathered that the song has to do with trying times in the world or in life, and you just have to keep breathing. Pretty interesting, because that's basically what last week's post was about, or what several posts have been about, or maybe you could say what this whole platform has been about. Trying times and getting through them and seeing the light on the other side. Odd to me how well life aligns sometimes. I believe in God, so I clearly see his handiwork in all of this. Last week I talked about how I have seen a shift in her and her way of thinking. I can only hope that this song and this dance can help her to keep going in that direction and keep breathing, and she can see the big picture in it. Her whole life she has been practicing keep breathing. So everyone, keep breathing. It's a good reminder for us all. If you listen to these audio recordings or watch them, you will again notice that I am in my car at a kids practice, because that's where I seem to find the most time for these. So if there's background noise, or you can clearly see I'm in the car if you're watching them. But anyway, I apologize and thank you for listening.